Hi guys, Teacher Joter here, and today we will be learning about evaluating algebraic expressions. So alam ko naman na excited na kayo matuto, so huwag na nating patagalin pa. Simulan na natin. So pag sinabi nating evaluation based on definition, it is defined as the process of replacing variables appearing in a given algebraic expressions with a given number found in a given replacement set and simplifying its results. So ngayon, pag sinabi nating evaluation, aalamin lang natin kung anong value ng isang algebraic expression based on the given values of the variable or variables, no? So para malinawan tayo kung anong ibig sabihin ng evaluating algebraic expressions or kung paano ginagawa ang evaluation, so let's take this first example. So let's suppose we have 2x minus 3. We're going to evaluate 2x minus 3 if x is equal to 5. So meaning to say, aalamin natin kung ano ang value nitong expression na to na 2x minus 3 if x is 5. So to do that, based on the process of evaluation, papalitan lang natin yung variable na x, no? Palitan lang natin yung variable na x sa given value nito, which is equal to 5. So instead of having x, papalitan na natin siya ng 5, and that gives us, no, malinaw, that we can have 2 times 5 minus 3. So ayun guys, so kung titignan nating maigi, no, itong 2x na nasa original expression natin, that means we multiplied 2 and x, di ba? So recall lang natin, no? 2x is a product of 2 and x. So meaning to say, if we are going to replace x with 5, hindi natin siya pagtatabihin lang basta-basta. Instead, enclose natin ang 5 sa parenthesis so that mapanatili natin ang concept of multiplication na pinapakita ng 2 at x. Okay? So we mean to have 2 times 5 minus 3. So simplifying, meron tayong 2 times 5 is equal to 10 minus 3. So ganun lang kadali. So alam naman natin that 10 minus 3 is equal to positive 7. Ibig sabihin, ang 2x minus 3, if x is equal to 5, is simply equal to positive 7. O, di ba? So, paano kung ang x natin dito, let's say, for example, if x is equal to, let's say, negative 2. So, ano kaya magiging value ng expression natin, no? So, ganun pa din ang process. So, we have 2 times, palitan lang natin yung x ng negative 2, and then proceed to operation, no? So, we have that. So 2 times negative 2, according to the rules of sign numbers, multiplying a positive by a negative number, the sign will be negative. So that will be negative. 2 times 2 is 4 minus 3. Okay? So recall lang natin ng konti kung paano tayo mag-subtract ng integers. Di ba nga sabi natin doon sa rule, we have to retain the minuend, and that's negative 4. Change the sign of the subtrahend and proceed to addition, di ba? So instead of minus, gawin natin siyang plus, and this is positive 3, that becomes negative 3. Okay? So this is rule number 1 of adding integers, no? Adding two negative integers, no? Just copy the sign and add the number. So that's negative 4 plus negative 3 is negative 7. And that's the value of 2x minus 3 if x is negative 2. Okay? So let's proceed to another example. We're going to evaluate now 2x squared minus 3y if x is 3 and y is negative 2. So ito medyo komplikado na ng konti because it involves now exponent and two variables in the given expression. Okay? So to do that, no, again, to do that, all we have to do is to to replace the variables x and y with a given value, which are 3 and negative 2 respectively. So instead of having x, we will have 2 times the value of x given here is 3. So that will be 3, no, squared. Kasi we have the expression 2x squared. So we raise x to 2, which means, pag pinalitan natin si x ng 3, magkaroon na tayo ng 3 raised to 2. So minus 3 times the value of y is negative 2. So we have here negative 2. So following the GEMDAS rule, no, uunahin muna natin ang nasa loob ng grouping symbols and then the exponent, and then proceed to multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction, no, from left to right. Okay? So pwede nating unahin itong ating 3 raised to 2. So we have 2 times, okay, so 3 raised to 2, yon, linawin lang natin, ang 3 raised to 2 is equal to 3 times 3, which is equal to 9. No? Naalala pa ba natin yan? So dapat ma-recall natin yan, no? So that is 3 squared is equal to 9, no? And then we have here negative 3 times negative 2, no? So negative times negative, that gives us positive. And 3 times 2 is 6. Now simplifying, no? We have 2 times 9 is 18 plus 6, that gives us 24. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, the expression 2x squared minus 3y, if x is 3 and y is negative 2, the value of that is simply equal to 24. Next, we have 4a squared b cubed minus 2b squared c. We're going to evaluate this expression if a is negative 2, b is positive 1, and c is negative 1. No? So medyo komplikado kasi we have an algebraic expression with 3 variables, a, b, and c. So again, to evaluate, no, sabay-sabay lang nating i-replace ang mga variables with the given values. So we have 4 times, again, times pa rin yan, no? That means 4 times a squared times b cubed, so we have 4 times. We know that a is negative 2, so that will be negative 2 squared, and b is equal to 1 or positive 1, so that will be times 1 cubed minus 2. Our b is positive 1, so that will be 1 squared times the value of c, which is negative 1. So, yan lang yung ipapalit natin. So, we have now 4 times the quantity of negative 2 squared times 1 cubed minus 2 times 1 squared times negative 1. So, umpisahan na natin ang pag-simplify. So, unahin natin ito si 4. Kopyahin lang muna. And let us recall that negative 2 squared is equal to negative 2 times negative 2. Again, following the rules of signed numbers, we have negative times negative is positive and 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? So instead of writing negative 2 squared, pwede na natin siyang masimplify into positive 4. And we know the fact that 1 raised to 3, no, or 1 cubed is equal to 1 times 1 times 1, which is also equal to 1, no? So we have here 1 minus, so kopyahin muna natin si 2 times, no? So we have 1 squared, again, that is 1 times 1 or 1. So magiging 1 pa rin. And we have negative 1. So let's move on now to the next step. Again, we have 4 times 4 is 16 times 1, still 16. So we have here the next minus 2 times 1 times negative 1. Okay, so this This means negative 2 times positive 1 times negative 1. So negative times negative is positive, and 2 times 1 is 2. So therefore, we can say that the value of the expression 4a squared b cubed minus 2b squared c, if a is negative 2, b is 1, and c is negative 1, is equal to 18. Okay? So yan yung value ng algebraic expression na yan. Now, let's proceed to our last example. Let's evaluate 2a squared plus 3 times the quantity of b squared minus c. If a is negative 2, b is 1, and c is negative 1. Okay, so ito ay medyo komplikado na talaga, no? Kasi marami na talaga siyang involved na terms, and may exponent na, may grouping symbols pa. Okay, so but then again, simplihan lang natin. So we have 2. Kopyahin si 2. And then, our a is negative 2. That should be squared plus, no, 3 times, yung b natin is 1. So, simplihan lang natin, no, kasi it involves two grouping symbols na eh. Okay, so that, gamitin na natin yan. And that will be 1 squared minus, our c is negative 1. So, we're going to enclose that with a parenthesis, no, para hindi magulo, kasi we have a minus and a negative 1. Okay? So, simplify na natin. Again, pwede tayo mag-start dito, and that's 2. Kopyahin si 2 times, no? Again, alam naman na natin na ang negative 2 or quantity of negative 2 squared is equal to positive 4. So, pwede natin i-simplify ito as positive 4. Diba? Plus, we have 3. Kopyahin si 3. No? So, we have 1 squared is 1. And 1 times, negative times negative is positive. And then that becomes positive 1. So, we can now move on to the next step. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus, kopyahin muna si 3. And then we have 1 plus 1 inside that grouping symbol. So, we have 2. Okay? So, simplifying, we have 8 plus 3 times 2 is 6. And finally, we have 8 plus 6 is equal to 14. Okay, guys. So, ganun lang kadali mag-evaluate ng algebraic expression. No? Ang kailangan lang natin is ingatan natin ang bawat galaw or bawat steps na gagawin natin. Again, if the algebraic expression involves 2 or more variables, sabay-sabay nating papalitan yung mga variables sa given values nila, no? And we have to remember that we should follow the rules of signed numbers in multiplying, adding, or maybe in dividing and subtracting. And of course, we have to follow the GEMDAS rule. Dapat alam natin kung saan tayo dapat mag-uumpisa, no? Again, para safe tayo, tandaan lang natin yung mga rules na yun. And that's how we evaluate algebraic expression. Ganun lang kadali. So, simpleng-simple lang. Okay? So, I hope na meron kayong natutunan sa ating aralin or discussion ngayong araw. Okay? So, that's all for today. Once again, this is your Joterific teacher, Teacher Joter. No? See you again in our next video. Bye-bye!